Yo, good morning, everybody. Coming at you with a Coffee Talk Live. I thought we were going to have Goose on today, but he must be sleeping off the 24-hour stream or 32-hour stream. You guys catch any of that stuff? That was actually pretty good. I saw him get his beard shaved, and then his daughter put makeup all over him. I don't. Is there some kind of requirement to have like a drag thing going on? Because then I saw Old Man the Wise have lipstick on for some reason. I don't. You will notice none of the ladies got like their eyebrows shaved or anything like that. No, none of them are going to fall for that. Just the dudes are going to do that. Randall, Heisenberg, Fast Red Horse, Stickler. Oh, Brute, what's happening? Good morning, everybody. All right. I think. Did you send the mask off to him, man? I wonder when he's going to get that. He did that last year, yeah. One of the ladies did a unibrow. Okay, so maybe. So I've been up since I got up at 4 this morning to take my daughter to the airport so she'd go to New York for about a week internship thing she's doing. Patty drew a unibrow. Okay, excellent. That was good. They raised a lot of money. I didn't see what the total was yet. They were at about 11,000 when I saw, I want to say, halfway through or so, something like that. So I think they did well again this year. That's really cool. Well, good morning. Good morning. Excellent. You did send the mask. That's awesome, man. I can't wait for him to get that. Did you confirm that the bayonets are the same? I don't know why they'd be different, but you never know, right? I actually caught about 43,000 before Coke. Wow. Holy cow. Yeah, I saw the beginning of Patty's, and I don't know, man. She was coughing like she didn't feel good, but she was definitely psyched. Oh, man, that's cool. Good. I'm glad the bayonet is the same thing. Well, good morning, everybody. Got a few things going on in World of Tanks, I think. Let's see. Channel news. I should be streaming on Friday. That should be my next stream. That's my next day off. Unlikely to do it between now and then. Got to mow the lawn today, unfortunately. I just finished the Astron Rex 100 battles. Oh, good. Get a view of it. I would assume they're the same, but who knows. I finished the Astron Rex. Dad did okay with that thing, about 53%, I think. And that's pretty much it for channel news. I don't think there's much else coming up. Like I said, Friday, we can expect my next stream. Yeah, that's that. That's that. Missions and specials. I guess, hey, Sutek, what's happening? I guess we're going to go we're going to get right into the shilling, my friends. Absolutely right into the shilling. First, we're going to look at my dashboard. All right, here it is. I think we got to mess around with this a little bit. Can you see everything? No, because I got to. There we go. Bravo, what's happening? Good morning. Got multiple things going on here. Daughter landed in Atlanta, so my phone's blowing up. All right. Mow the lawn. You're kidding me. What? 14 inches? Oh, man. You're kidding me. That's amazing. Tanned and bland. Yeah, Pensacola Beach. All right. What do we got for sale? We have some pretty good tanks, guys, actually. Not bad. I like the Hawk 30. It's okay. Not an amazing tank, but it's all right. We have the FL-10, which is a pretty good little Tier 6 auto-loading Sherman French thing. FCM50T, my friends. I saw that and I said, well, why would they sell that? And then I said, well, let's go to the numbers, which has been kind of a thing of mine lately. And I found it to be not that far down. Look at this thing. It's right here. Top 20. I mean, there's worse heavy tanks. Now, its win rate's kind of low. Win rate's decent. Let's see what happens if we sort it more like a DPG or something like that. I wonder if it just drops down. Yeah, it looks like it does. Where does it go? Holy cow, did it get all the way down this way? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? FCM, there it is. Yeah, so it drops quite a bit on DPG. So, I guess Win 8, you know, that's an individual tank thing. So, what about frags? So it's not amazing, but it's not as bad. I would have expected it to be down here, to be quite honest, down at the bottom. But it's actually not a bad tank. Now, I'm not telling you it's a Renegade or a Mill or a Skoda. That's for dang sure. Frag stat is... What is the frag stat? Kills per deaths, I believe. Or average. No. It's probably average kills. I think it's an average kill thing. So anyway, the point of all that blah 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 is it's not as bad as you think. Average kills is frags. There you go. Thanks, Kedge. So it's not as bad as you think. I don't know. I wouldn't recommend buying it right now in this meta unless you're a collector and you really want it. It is relatively fast. The gun is okay. I mean, it's just it is a 7-year ago kind of tank, but it is holding up better than I thought it was. C-130's obviously a pretty good TD, so that thing is for sale. You can get the 3D skin. The Calibam is back if you missed it during Christmas, and you really just got to have a tank that's really hard to play. This is interesting, the 122. I don't remember if that was out last week, but you can get the 122. This is another tank that is better. This tank is well better than the reviews on it. Yeah, Gator, exactly. Not as bad as you think and not as good as you want. You got the Leopard 1 before the vacation? Yeah. Yep. So the 122, based on the reviews by all of the CCs and relative people that reviewed it, all the different people that reviewed it, it got panned pretty hard. And I think I was more middle of the road. I knew it had stuff that good players could make work, and that was important in the meta right now because of its hold down capability. And even though its DPM was roundly trashed by everybody, DPM isn't everything. It's how you apply that DPM. So it's actually not bad. You're going to find out. Let's go win rate. It is... I want to say it was somewhere in here in the top 20 area, although now that I say that, where did it go? There it is. There you go. So number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 or so in win rate. DPG, it's probably fairly low actually because that, there you go. Well, it's, you know what? Despite its horrible DPM, it's what, 6th or 7th on DPG. Frags, a little lower. Damage ratio is going to be good because its DPG is pretty good and its hit points are more or less standard tier 8 medium hit points. Kind of guess that. Kills to death will be interesting. Still, so this is a top 10 premium, right? Which is saying something because we have a lot of premium tier 8s. So a tank that I think second in survival, and that kind of speaks to its turret and its armor profile, right? Let's see. Is the shit pack worth spending gold on? I would say so. It's obviously individual kind of preference, but I think so. I think it's really good. Well, let's take a look at it, because what's it doing? It's actually doing a lot better than I thought it would. Look at this. And that's a lot of battles, 145. And yes, when it's an early tank, more experienced players tend to get it, but that's a lot of battles. Can I just say that? And that's win 8. Let's see its win rate. It's down at 4. I think when you have no armor, that does limit the win rate just a little bit because you're not able to stay in battles as much as, say, something with armor. Like the TS5 is just a monster, right? DPG, 2. Frags, 2nd. Damage ratio, 4th. 5th. 5th, kill to death. Third. I think it's good. My review said it would be average to slightly above average. It looks like I'm a little bit wrong, or a lot of bit wrong, however you want to look at it. But we'll see. You know, in 6 months we'll have a much better view. But to answer your question, I think it is worth getting for gold, especially if you got some really discounted gold still laying around from Christmas. You bought some boxes, and so now you're really talking about a discount. You've played your Chapter 4, you got a bit of a discount, then you're talking about discounted gold. Yeah, I would get it. Tier 8 T67. Yeah. I don't know. I felt like the 9s and 10s would kind of hold it down a little bit, but it's certainly doing well. I think it's pretty cool, though, because there's the Turtle and the TS5 are also up around here. The TS5 is a little lower right there. So you've got the glass cannon things going on, and then you've got the armored tank. TS5 is a little lower there. Damage ratio drops down a bit more. The TDs have some really divergent or different play styles. You know, autoloader TD with some armor. You've got the glass cannons here. You got the big stick, another glass cannon, the armored assault TD. Kind of interesting, actually. I think it does pretty good. Cliffy. Okay. Yes, so that's right. That's exactly right. So the warning then is that pretty soon they're going to flip that switch that they have. They build into it's like the self-destruct switch, the fail-safe switch at about 3 or 4 months after they get all their money. Then they'll secretly nerf it. The secret nerf. Oh man, damage should be higher, but 250 a shot takes a while. It does take a while to chew through people when you're dropping 250. And yes, the HE round is very dangerous. All right, hold on. I gotta take a call. All right, hold on. I gotta take care of a slight emergency for the daughter who's traveling. Oh man, what a mess. All right. 14 windows. Just give me a second, guys. Uh-oh. It's always something, man. Let's see. Oops. All right, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Let's see. Let's get this stuff back up here. Killing me, Smalls. That's pure professionalism right there. That's all right. Yeah, the alpha is amazing, man. Insert Pilgrim Rambling. It's good news on that. Actually, he said he will be back next week. So there you go. That will be good. All right, where were we? We were shilling. Yeah, we got to get back to shilling, man. Back to shilling. So T122, the Type 59 is still for sale. So I don't know how much longer that is. Doesn't really say on it, does it? Unless you click on it, does it tell you? Oh, that's today. So looks like 22 hours, my friends. If you want a Type 59, you better get on it. The famous, infamous. Me too, grumpy old man. Absolutely. A little bit nervous. This is her first time traveling alone. She's traveled a lot with us. But the good news is she's meeting three other classmates there at LaGuardia, and they're going to all travel together to the hotel. So there you go. Yeah, I mean, with Pilgrinomics and the Shiv Tipple shit pick, I think you should be able to get it for minus 500 gold if you do it right. Yeah, she's going to New York City for a week of internship, public relations internship with her school. They set up a whole thing with like 5 agencies, and she's going to go around all the 5 agencies, and they're going to do mentoring, and they're going to do some pitches. They put together a pitch for actually Procter and Gamble is the one they got. So that's going to be very interesting. She's going to go see Wicked, all that stuff. So a little bit nervous. It's kind of a crummy time to travel, but shit. I guess we got to keep going, right? Got to keep on with life. I guess we could all. Well, personally, I could go to the cabin in Utah and hide, and I wouldn't care. I mean, that's kind of where that would be fine. I just bring this. B-Tor, what's happening? By-Tor1, thanks for the follow. I could go to my cabin in Utah and just sit there, and I wouldn't be bothered. But I think my kids would. All right. Yeah, that's right. I need to get some of those brains in the. I need to get her brains on that. She does stuff, man. She's like Instagram. She's done a little bit of micro influencing because she's just hip with all that stuff. Bunch of followers on TikTok, and the company sent her. I don't know. It was a beauty care company. It sent her something. I don't know if it was some. I don't know. Like moisturizers and maybe some hair products and stuff. So she plugged that crap. We're just a bunch of shills in the family. You know what I mean? We just shill. Good morning, Bytor. Good morning. Welcome. Okay, so get your Type 59 today if you want it. Otherwise, you will not be able to. Does everyone own one? Is anyone in chat like just saying, nah, I don't want a Type 59? It's not nearly as good as it was. It is better than after the first or second nerf. It's really pretty decent right now. I also have 2 Heisenberg. I've got the gold one and the regular one. First time I arrived in New York City, 20 for being abused by a cab driver for not tipping him because, yeah. Well, I have a nightmare story. I think I've told it on stream before, but we were coming back from. I think we were going home for a Christmas, so we weren't coming back then. We were obviously coming back from Germany, but just for Christmas, for a Christmas vacation. And we took our dog to Germany, but we were going to bring her back and leave her with my wife's dad because she was getting older, and the house we had in Germany had like 3 stories and lots of stairs, and she wasn't able to do that very well, and we just wanted to bring her back. And we knew we were going to be home in 6 months or so anyway. But we get to LaGuardia, and there's a nor'easter. It's Christmas Eve. There's a nor'easter. Get on the airplane. We sit on the airplane for 3 hours. We have a baby. Was my wife pregnant at the time? I think she was pregnant with our second. So we had our daughter, a baby. We had an old dog, a pregnant wife, and me. Get on the airplane, sit there for 3 hours, storm swirling, back and forth. Are we taking off? Are we not taking off? We got to, there's a big line to go through, de-ice, it's slowing everything down, yada, yada. And eventually they're like, nope, you're not going out. So it becomes probably midnight, I guess. Get off the airplane, go get all our crap. Of course, we're not going to get a hotel on Christmas Eve in New York. Even so, we wanted to be back at the airport by 5 or 6. But we had to then book the airplane. And this was before really the whole online thing was up and going as much. I think they had a website and they kind of did that, but it was At that time, it was easier just to go through the gates, but we get to or through the, whatever they are, the kiosk. And so we get in line with about 3,000 of our best friends, because there's probably, that's probably overdoing it. I would say there's easily 500. I think there was 3 or 4 plane loads of people, 500 or 600 people. We're all in line, and I think it was LaGuardia then, was before they had redone it, so it was still set up for pre 9/11, which means there's nothing in the gate area, but then they had the security lockdown, and that's where all the restaurants and crap were. And anyway, it was midnight, none of that shit was open anyway. So we're running out of diapers. We got an old dog in a crate because we had to get all our luggage off. We're standing in line. And about 2 in the morning, 1:30, 2 in the morning, people are up talking. The shutters come down, basically, and all the workers walk because they're union, and that is when their shift is over. And they're gone. And Delta didn't bring anybody in, so they're like, all right, they'll be back at 4:30 or whenever the next shift started. It's a near riot, man. So then we wait till 4:30. Well, what happens in the morning at an airport? In the morning, the passengers that are leaving that morning start showing up, and they want to get in line. And we are, 100 deep in this line, and now they're pissed. And then the Delta people show up, and there's like fist fights, there's like screaming. It was awesome. Oh man, some guy took pity on us, and he actually got my wife gave her a temporary pass thing. And got her and my daughter and the dog. Well, the dog didn't go because we were putting her on. So I still had the dog getting the luggage and the tickets and everything. He took her through so she could go get something to eat at about 6:30 in the morning. So anyway, that's my LaGuardia story. All right, back to Shilling, man. Back to Shilling. Good morning, Ambo. I'm well, man. How are you? Yeah, we were going to Phoenix. We didn't get into Phoenix till about 5 in the afternoon, but it was fine. It was Christmas, 5 in the afternoon. We got where we were going. Had a great stay. The trip back was uneventful. All right. Yeah, gold, nothing really there. Premium, nothing there. I don't think there's anything else in vehicles. My website's struggling a little bit. I get this a lot. Up for 22 hours. You thought you were being kidnapped in Saudi Arabia? No shit. Oh, man. That is not the place you want to get kidnapped. Yeah, that's nothing else here other than the Skoda and the IS2M. We talked about that one over the last few weeks. 345 for the USO stream. Oh, right on, man. That was pretty successful. Yeah. Someone was saying 47,000, 43,000, 40-something thousand. I think that's it for the shilling, my friends. I don't think there's a whole lot else out there that's really interesting. Battle Pass, this is just standard. Why does it have Battle Pass? What is being sold for Battle Pass? Nothing. You've already purchased all the offers. All right, there we go. I purchased the offers. Just over 90 with Coke's matching. That is fantastic. That's more than last time, right? Did Coke up the amount they would match? Kedge, thanks, man. Thanks for the gift sub to Stickler. 40 gift subs. Absolute legend, man. I appreciate that. Huge support of the channel. Much appreciated. All right, what else is going on? Let's see. Missions and specials. Okay. Crew is crucial. If you haven't noticed that, my friends, make sure that if you have crews you want to respec, change the skills, change specializations, blah, blah, blah. Even buying barrack slots, although a lot of those are given away. But it's all 50% discount today, so that's a huge deal. Up to 50. Yeah, that's amazing. All right. So make sure you do that. That ends today, so don't miss it if you've got the crew respec thing going on, and that's your deal. Make it happen. Get her done. Get her done. So we got that going on. Let's go over the other thing that's going on. You want to make sure you don't miss is all these missions for watching streams. If we go into here. No, actually, I got to get over to the watch scene. There we go. So, Commander, let me get this. Commander AF's code is Tier 8 only. That's why you're seeing all the Calibans right now. There's the code right there. Tier 8 only. That will get you a Caliban rental. Picture this. Arrive at the airport, and get into a cab, only for said cab to drive into the darkness of the desert. Oh. Then take the only road to the city, at which point I discover that the driver... What? So, was he just taking the camel route? Bunks would be a good, yeah, bunks would be good. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. All right. So there's the Commander AF mission. You're going to get some pudding and tea and a lion emblem and a Caliban. There's a lot of Calibans running around this weekend. And I think, did I do all the missions? Maybe I did do all the missions. Here's the crew is crucial missions. Kind of the standard act with those, doing damage, doing spotting damage. You do have to sort of watch this because it is a spotting mission right there. There's damage cause and then there's a base experience. So these just kind of happen. But this one you sort of need to pay attention to, especially if you're time limited. You want to make sure you get your spotting in there. And kind of the standard, just a few, freebies along the way. And there's the monthly Twitch drop thing. So I've got to finish that and I get 2 more coins. Pulling the handbrake. Oh yeah, Saudi. That place is something else. I'll tell you what. So the coins that you get, in case you don't know, from these monthly Twitch drop things, that's the coins you get. So I need to finish this up. Looks like I can do it twice more. I need 5 wins, which is irritating, but whatever. And I can get 2 coins for the next 2 times I do it. The place that you redeem them is right here. You go depot, go down to the Twitch drop thing right here, and then click Twitch drop store. I'm sure everyone knows this, but just in case you don't. And that's where all this is. Now, you can save up 100 coins and eventually get yourself a Pudel, an HT number 6, or for 90 you can get a T78. These for 20 are rentals. Be careful with that. Just realize you're getting rentals and not the tank. And then of course there's premium time and all kinds of stuff, and I don't need any premium time, and I have all those tanks. So I'm looking at things like the consumable packs. You can see I've got 5 available right there for 5 coins. So I have 17 coins. So really, if your computer's on and a drop-enabled stream is on, just watch that stream. Now, technically it'd be great if you watched it, but if you muted the tab and had to wash the dishes or watch something else or play the game, there you go. Pretty easy way to get some free stuff. Oh, but you can, Meldeeth. You can, my friend. Yep. I don't know if I can show. It'd be harder to show this because I'd have to show the screen. Okay, right-click on the tab at the top. Kind of depends on your browser. I use Chrome, so I know. Don't laugh. At the right, just right-click the top of the tab, and there's, on Chrome at least, there's one that says Mute Site. That is what I do. And I learned that from one of you guys, actually. So instead of turning your sound down, mute the site on the tab and it will count. It works, I promise. A viewer is a viewer, Cliffy, 100%. Yeah, man, and then you can go off and do whatever you're gonna do. I mean, obviously, if your computer's running and you just turn it on and turn your sound down. Don't turn it all the way off, but turn it down to where you really can't hear it. And good to go. So that's how you do that, my friends. Okay, I think, is that all the shilling? I think that's all of that I wanted to go over. The next thing we want to talk about here, guys, is we're getting close to Battle Pass being over. Chapter 4 is over today. So if you're going to buy the ship tick, you have to do it today. There's no grace period. Today's the day. Actually, it's 6 a.m. tomorrow or whatever the reset is, but I wouldn't play that game. So if you're going to play today and get a few more levels or whatever, then you have to make your decision today. Average age of my community, I would say, is 97, probably. I don't know. I'd say above 30, probably 40s would be my guess, Bytor. There you go. You're right in the heart, my friend. You are right in the heart. Now, there's some younger fellers here, but there's also a good number of you and I. I'm 55. Yep. There you go. There you go. Kedge is above the average. Experienced, Kedge. Experienced. Wise. Wise and experienced. Kedge is hitting the 5-0, man. So I'm going to have to up my average. Looks like I'm a little stickler. Stickler's the youngest man amongst us. Randall's 65. Yeah, there's younger streamers, and they're, you're gonna get what you get with me. There's not a lot of goof. Well, we goof off, but I don't know. I don't want to. I'm not going to. I'll just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying, right? Even though I didn't say a single thing in about 3 sentences, I think you know what I'm saying. So, finish this up, and then we have one more week to finish up your Battle Pass. So you can go back to the... Yes, exactly. Yell at the clouds. So we can go back to the regular Battle Pass. What one of these 3, only dust, shattered windows, whatever you were doing before you probably got sidetracked and went to Chapter 4. Also remember, if you're done like I am, which a good number of you are, the items for tokens and items for points. Remember, the tokens will hold over till next Battle Pass. That's how you're going to get your Cobra, which is 24 coins, or tokens. Your tokens will hold. Your points will not. All right? These guys. So spend your points. German hates the Artie maze. I will admit, I do complain about Artie on occasion, or maybe the guys in chat will say a lot, but you know what? Whatever. Play what you want, man. I don't care. I will give you good-natured ribbing. It is mostly get off my lawn. That's right. And the clouds are making me very angry. But make sure you spend your points, guys. Don't let those points... See, I have 411, and there's the 3D styles, crew members, I have all this stuff. What I'm doing is just every 1,000, I'm grabbing another 100 bonds. All right? So remember, you have one more week to the 29th. Today, it can be confusing. Today is Chapter 4 end. Get your ship tick. And then one more week of regular Battle Pass, and then you can... then the new Battle Pass will start. They're already starting to talk about it. Used to have a clip of you killing him, but yeah, I think I'm safe back here. Boom. Hey Zimbo, how you doing, man? Talon, what's up? We got a follow. Lipardi, thank you. Welcome. Welcome to the show. Oh yeah, the old full pens when you drop like a bazillion on people. Still happens once in a while. It's certainly not as easy. You are welcome, sir. Thanks for coming. All right. So, I think that's everything I wanted to talk about there. While we're in here, we'll jump in here take a quick look at my Astra and Rex. Man, I'll tell you what, I did okay with that tank. And it could occasionally have some epic games being an autoloader. I ended up 88th for the month, which is not great. 4,900. So I'm nowhere near the top. I mean, 6,000. Look at this. Some of these guys are just absolutely dominating in this thing. So I did okay. Can I actually get to... You're at stage 37? Nice. I don't know. I guess I can't really... No. Couldn't do what I wanted to do there. So we'll do it this way. We'll do it the difficult way. Mediums, US. There we go. Astra and Rex. Alright, so... I mean, pretty standard to slightly below for my tier 8 mediums. 53%, like I said. Averaging 982 XP. 1759 average damage is okay. I'd certainly have better. Hit rate's about right. Battle survived is actually pretty good. I will say, as really strange thing, as with most of the 100 Battle Challenge tanks, when I get close to 100, I tend to have a dive. And I think it's just pressing, trying to get it done is my excuse, I guess, or reason. I don't know. It's really odd. Potentially self-fulfilling prophecy, but damage ratio is okay at 1.71. Destruction's nice. Armor use is actually better than I thought. That thing's turret is not great, but 0.35 is approaching pretty good armor. And usually when you have a medium that high, it's a turret thing usually. So 0.35, the turret, it's got a giant tumor though. That's a problem. You know what I mean? Everything else is pretty standard. So yeah, it was an okay tank. I'll have a video next week on a good game that I had with it. I did manage to one mark it. I bet I'm below the one mark at this point. I wouldn't be surprised. Just above it, 67. So got my participation trophy. It's not a tumor. Yeah, it is. Look, it is a tumor. It's huge. Look at this thing. I mean, this is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. GA donated $1,000. Wow, nice. To get Sophie to go another hour. Wow, $1,000. Nice one, GA. Awesome. Just around midnight. What's happening? Yeah, it is. It is a tumor the size of the E4, but the tank's not the size of the E4. That's what's funny about that. All right, so did okay with that. Where are we? Let's see. The next tank's on the 100 Battle Challenge. If I actually press the right button, eventually. Come down here. Look at all those tanks with 100. Whee! All right, so we've got the T28 HTC, which I've cranked it back up to 59%. I've been playing the heck out of my 4190. Only 50%. That's crazy. IS-2M, 59G's getting up there. These tier 6s I'll get back to when the next battle pass starts, because I maxed them out. I can't get points off of them. And then it's kind of a lot of stuff at 50. So be the T29 or T28 HTC will be kind of next on that. Good morning, Mustang. How are you? That is Arnie, actually. Actually, it's Homelander. So that's what I've got in this crew. I've got Homelander, Black Noir, and A-Train are in this crew. The bad guys. That's coming, the next season's coming out pretty soon, I think. Of The Boys. Looks pretty good. Diabolical. Diabolical. It's going to be awesome. All right. That's it for missions and specials, I think. Let's move on to subjects du jour. As usual, if there's anything you guys want to talk about, chuck it down in chat there. All right. I already talked about Chapter 4, Battle Pass. That's good. We talked about... we've covered a lot of the subjects du jour. Let's jump into some things that are coming then. All right, so we got some interesting stuff here on two-line push. First one is Muravanka is going to change a little bit. And it'd be really nice if you could see it, so I should probably turn it on. There we go. So Muravanka is going to change. Look at the... So, I don't know. What do you guys think? They're going to push the cap circle out into the middle. And I think that's going to make it much more difficult to cap. Is capping a problem on encounter on Muravanka? I don't think it is. You know what I mean? Is it? Do you guys think capping is a problem on Muravanka? Reed Tower says sometimes. But yeah, but that's kind of my question, right? Is it sometimes, or is it... Yeah, I would... Yeah, maybe you're right, Cliffy. It is annoying when people try to just sit on cap. Do you think the move will stop people from trying to just drive on cap? A little bit, probably. Yeah, I'm safe in the valley. Yeah. Interesting. And it was a problem sometimes if you won the Magic Forest trying to get back over to cap, because you'd have to cross that open area, and it would take you a while to get into where you could get shots on the guys hiding in the valley. I wish I could know what they use. What are the numbers they use? What are they looking at? Because I can think of about a dozen things easily off the top of my head, parts of other maps that could be fixed, before I thought that was a big problem. Right? Yeah, TD resets from the side off to the left of it. Yep. Yeah, they're going to have to move forward, aren't they, to get into shooting position there. But like I said, I can think of probably easily, I could sit down and write a dozen, off the top of my head, I could easily come up with a dozen other things on maps that need to be changed before I would even have considered this a huge problem. Biggest issue with Muro is how hard it is to break a camp in the southwest corner. Southwest corner. Do you think that's worse than the northwest? I guess the northwest is a little easier, isn't it? Because you can kind of creep up on them over here a little bit and start breaking it down. And you're right, it's really hard to creep up on them from the south and start breaking it down. I would agree with that. That is the harder corners to break a camp. Yep, that's a fact. Yes, yeah. So I agree with you. This forest can get back to cap faster when it's sitting there, 100%. So that change is coming. That's pretty cool. We'll see. That does check the box that I think they need to start working on more, and which is more small changes to maps. I know that in this case it's probably a change for improvement and not a change just to change it up. But it would be cool if they sort of just moved caps around like that, just a little bit. Even a small move like that can really change how a map plays. You know, not how a map plays, some of the nuances of the map. I think it's still going to be go forest, win, and come back over to them. But we'll see. All right, and then Himmelsdorf. Holy crap, Himmelsdorf is getting a change. So they said, added a depression for a safer retreat by the green team. Meaning they can hold down there or something? I thought they were talking about the ramp, but they're talking about just right there. Retreat to a depression, not retreat off the hill. See, the other side can get off the hill much easier than this side can. You still get... Yeah, you still expose yourself to that firing lane trying to get off the hill. But now you've got a hold down spot to play right here. That's going to be brutal, man. I mean, imagine trying to dig a Kronwagen or Chieftain out of that spot when you're coming around that corner. Yeah, maybe from below. I don't know, man. That's a good question. Yeah, well, you'd have to be because you're not going to be as high. So, yeah. I don't know if maybe once you get to this area if it's as safe, but that's interesting. What's going on here? They changed the castle up, so you've got a... Oh, so it's a sharper edge when they come around the corner. You know, that's hard to defend right there, actually. And now you've got more, kind of like this side does. The other side's got that sharp corner you can defend on. This one's got, now this one has a sharper corner. All right. That's going to be pretty brutal trying to dig people out of that hole right there, I think. It's been a long time since Himmelsdorf's been messed with. They got rid of the... I wonder if that's just because it's not done yet, but it looks like they got rid of that fountain for some reason. I wonder if that's just hasn't been put back in or some such. And the benches are gone. What? No more benches. Tier 4's talent? I don't know, man. I don't know if I'll ever finish the other ones at this point. All right, Himmelsdorf. Okay, let's see. All right, check this out. The K91. Is that article on this one, or is it over here on these guys? It's an article I found with a bunch of the stuff that's out there right now. It's on a different site. Hold on. We'll look at the K91 in a minute. This article, where did it go? There's a couple tanks. Here it is. Here are the things currently, at least a list of some of the things currently that are in work or that the company has kind of going on. So the Waffentrager E100 has been reworked in HD quality. Some of this is old info. Some of this it's a list that he's had and he's kind of gone through it and he's added a couple. But we do know that the E100 is in the files. And there's two variations, one nerfed and one that was in the last Waffentrager, which obviously they're not going to release that thing with all this stuff. But I'm assuming that means there's a tier 10, and there was some scuttlebutt that there was a tier 8 version of it and I think the Chinese server might have that, or maybe they have the tier 10. But anyway, that's still floating around. Chieftain Mark 6 tests are stopped. No more information. The Object 780 is on super test. I know, poor tier 4s. I'll get to them eventually, maybe. Tier 5s, actually, the original plan, excuse me, was tier 5 and above. But I switched it to 6 because I plan 5 is a little bit brain dead at times. The 279's internal test stopped. I don't know what that means. Internal tests. I don't know if they were planning on changing it or if that's not the 279 early, that's the 279. Not sure. Cobra is on the super test. We still don't have a full info on the Cobra. Thoughts on selected CCs choosing bundles from which they're paid. You know what? I forgot about that. Let me add that to the list and we'll talk about it. Absolutely, I forgot all about that. Are those still there or were they gone? Is that already over? Hold on, let's change gears here and figure that out. Are they not there anymore? Or did I just miss it? Here it is, creators. Yeah, okay, so we'll go back to it, man. It's still there. Good question, good question. Raise the wall on the hill so you can't shoot down. Make it a two-front battle. Man, I like crossfires, Bytor. I know what you're saying. It is kind of annoying when you're trying to fight up there and you're getting sniped from the side. But I do like maps that have a lot of crossfire capability as long as it's not overpowered on one side or the other. That's a tricky one. So the Cobra is in super test, not quite finished as far as we can tell, although I think its latest iteration is pretty close. The Object 255A is in the super test. TS-54, we have a Chieftain prototype that it's on super test. The Gonzalo is a smaller gun Caliban. with, I think, a 2-shot autoloader as well on it, I think. So, Semovente Contracaro Mod Vipera yada yada. That is that Italian tank destroyer, the Tier 8 that was in the video. So they've announced the Italian tank destroyer line. That sounds like the next line. That's right. When she comes, I would hope they always come off the hill instead of sniping, but they don't always do that, do they? It's like anything. If you have good shots up there, go for it. As long as you're reducing hit points. But if you're sitting around waiting for shots, get off the hill. If nothing's happening, get off. So the Italian tank destroyers, we have the TL7 120 and the K91. We're going to look at those specifically because we have some stats on those. Maps. These maps, yada yada, are currently out of map rotation. Will maybe be rendered in HD quality, but it's not a priority. Yes, Stickler. They did. We talked about that last week, and I'm still confuzzled by that. A big marathon for a Czech TD, and then announce there's not going to be a Czech TD line, and then announce the Italian TD line. But obviously they had that Czech TD finished. At least they thought it was finished. Some may say it was unfinished because it's overpowered, potentially, but we'll see what happens in the long run. But yeah, that's exactly what happened. That is exactly what happened. Currently in Super Test, Lillehammer. Every time I see that name, Japort. It is a Japanese port, right? That's the map. That's what it's supposed to be. Am I? Has nobody from the NA office told the home mothership that maybe they should rename that? I mean, it's not a big deal, but it kind of is a big deal because it's got a slur in it from the U.S. You know what I'm saying? And I know people my age used that word a lot as a kid. I know I did because World War II was pretty close to us. You know what's crazy? This is a random thought, but I had it the other day. When I was growing up in the 70s, World War II was as far away from me then as the first Gulf War is from us now. Wrap your mind around that one. For those of you my age. You know what I mean? Like in 75 when I was 8, a lot of us were teenagers or 8, 9, 10, 15, whatever, depending on your age in here. That war stopped in 45, and that was 75. That's 30 years. The first Gulf War was 91. It's 2022. That's 30 years. That's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, exactly, Leparty. Yep. Anyway, time flies, man. Time flies. So that's a strange name for me. Minsk is on rework. Remember they pulled that out. Although, so I don't know, man, because that was supposedly pulled out because of all the hubbub. Are they going to maybe put it back in? Don't know. Snow Resort, Winkelberg. And then there's all of the maps that they were developing through the recon mission. So they have a lot of maps that they could bring back in. What was Windstorm? I do remember the name, but what was that one like? I don't remember. Let's see. Graphics stuff. This was funny. Game modes. So historical battles. Work has paused. Low priority. Work in progress on bots. Is planned to introduce bots in some other modes. For example, in historical battles, which is on pause. I don't know. So they're still messing around with their bots. Steel Hunter has become a permanent game mode with several rewards available. Well, I don't know what that means. And it says not sure about that. So we'll wait and see. Steel Hunter is apparently coming back. For whatever that's worth. Weather change and time change is available within the core engine. It's not a priority. More trees and vegetation. Oh, well, that's interesting. So I didn't... That's fascinating. Winter map, huh? Ah. Windstorm. Oh, right. With the city and the bridges. Yeah, I remember that now. Man, that's been a long time ago. That's been a long time ago. Yeah, Steel Hunter, I don't know. Well, check this out, though. More trees and vegetation. We'll see what happens with that. I don't know if... We'll see. Maybe they'll try to go back to a vision meta. I'll try to break up the whole down meta a little bit. Please wake me up when Steel Hunter's over. Introducing Granite 4.0 technology, which will allow to add in-game D textures and photorealistic lighting. Loading time and the occupied memory size by textures will be reduced. Okay. Ray tracing introduced soon on the Encore engine. Apparently, you will not need ray tracing graphics card to make it work. Okay. Introduction of the tank's hull deformations. Introduction of a new physics system for the objects on the tank and turret. Introduction more objects destruction using the Havoc engine. I think it would be really cool if everything was destructible. Not like immediately, potentially, but, you know, if you ran into a building or shot it, a chunk of it would come out. You know what I mean? And eventually you could knock stuff down. And maybe even stuff gets knocked in the way. I don't know. Could be kind of cool. Turret and gun collision models could be implemented in the future. Although that raises another question, though. So do we really want all that kind of stuff, or do we, yeah, antenna physics, or do we want just a good shooter game that's interesting? I think you could probably overdo some of that stuff and take away from the game a little bit, really. Multi-turret, not a priority to work. Improved auto-reloader mechanics will be sent along with an improved auto-reloader mechanics. Do we need another auto-reloader mechanic of any kind? Does anybody really think this game is in serious need of an improved auto-reloader mechanic? What does that mean? Are they sad that their auto-reloaders don't do enough? I don't know. Clearer in-game user interface with tips and tricks. Okay. More simple features for the new coming players. That's always good. Others. A system for Thanksgiving. That's whatever is going to go on Thanksgiving. Is it too early to hype Christmas? Or no? Roaming system. Scrapped for now. No. That would be nice, actually. That would be really nice if you could play your same account anywhere. Although I think that's a money thing for them, really. Because if you were able to play your account on any server, you wouldn't be spending money on your other account on that server. So I don't know if that ever is going to show up. So, and this is all rumor stuff, so don't take any of this as the gospel truth. Don't take any of it as a gospel truth, I would say. All right. Let's go talk about CC bundles, since that was brought up, and before I forget. They are here on this tab, Creator Specials. My opinion. I'll be honest with you, I don't have... Yeah, there was no crew changes listed there, was there, Cliffy? That's a good point. I did not see any crew change listed on that. My opinion. See, I gotta walk a line here because I don't want to. No, I don't. I don't have to walk a line. I don't know, man. I think people irritated by it. Are they getting actual? Are they getting kickbacks on it? Here's the deal. One of the deals. I don't know what the deal is here. I was not invited to this. I don't have one of these packages. If they're getting some kind of revenue sharing off of this, I don't know anything about it. Did it say that? Maybe it says that in the article I didn't read. I have a tendency to not read the articles. Let's see what the article says. Someone probably already... They get 7%. Unique packages packed with everything. Each CC gets 5, 7, or 10, depending on the value of the bundle you purchase. Okay, well, there you go. Similar events and CC bundle offers are running EU and APAC. Yeah. 4 tankers and a dog. Nice. We got Klaus. We got Damien's. Great dude. I don't really know anything about Klaus, man, other than his videos. I think he's funny. I don't know if I always think he's funny, but I do watch his videos on occasion, and that he does make me laugh, so that's fine. Damien's Gaming. Great dude. Talked to him multiple times. Been on stream with him. Good dude. Nick, great player. I think I did do an interview with Nick. So, very good player. Sophie, awesome. Interviewed her. She's class act. I like Sophie. Goose, enough said. Goose is the man. Probably my favorite streamer, actually, in World of Tanks, if I was to pick one. Just because it's always so positive and there's not a lot of BS going on. Quickie, don't know anything about. Well, I mean, I know who Quickie is, obviously, but I've never spoken to him. Don't know much about him otherwise. I don't care for his streams. Not because I hate him or anything. I don't know what it is. It's just not. It's not my kind of stream. Skill can make me laugh on occasion. Also not my kind of stream. Great player. Unbelievably good player. You will learn a lot by watching him. Watch where he goes, what he does. And I like him okay, but it's not, again, it's not my kind of stream. I think some of the humor and stuff, I don't know. Again, I'm not knocking him. It's just not my thing. And Dez, I don't know if I've ever watched Dez. Maybe a couple times. He does. I like his videos on occasion. They're pretty funny. I don't know if he's trying to be funny on purpose or if it's just funny. I don't know. I'm not sure. So there you go. That's my opinion of all those. See, I've entered into dangerous territory, and it doesn't matter what my opinion is because I'm small time, so they don't care, and nobody else cares. So that's perfect. I like 4 Tankers stuff, man. I didn't say anything about him. 4 Tankers stuff is fantastic. Like, as far as when he does the math and sorts stuff out, if you want to know how stuff works, either 4 Tankers or 13 Disciple. 4 Tankers and 13 Disciple will break stuff down. I know Junkers and a couple of other guys can do it, but they haven't done that for very much lately. They also are very knowledgeable in the game mechanics, but 4 Tankers and 13 Disciple are a little more current in terms of what they do. He put out a scouting vid yesterday. Yeah, watch his, and yeah, as far as scouting goes, 4 Tankers is a go-to guy to get some great details. Yeah, he mentioned that a while back, didn't he? Yep. Busy with real life. So yes, that could be significant. 5 to 7%. I'd love to know the numbers. I'll never be able to know the numbers, even if I asked some of these guys, they wouldn't tell me. It would be very interesting, the numbers. And what I also don't know is what tanks they were offered to put in, because I found some of the choices interesting. I think it was a fairly limited choice selection that they were given, because if you look at it, you go Turtle, Lorraine, T-26, TS5, Suma, 4202, T-27 Lanson, T-26 E5, Suma Lanson C, TS5. Kind of interesting, isn't it? So some of the guys, so Goose did a 2-tank bundle and a 1-tank bundle, and then a bunch of stuff. And Quickie did 2 1-tank bundles. You know, there's a little gamesmanship in here if you're trying to maximize your profit, right? The stuff that you pick. Overlord Prime is definitely, he puts out some stuff that will explode your brain. He does. He's put out some PDFs breaking down certain game mechanics, and it's incredible. Skills index page, he has a link to the sale and the banner. It actually says price includes 10%. Nice, Ambo. You got it? You went and bought it? Good. Oh, man. So there's a little gamesmanship, right? So 4-tanker says, well, I'll just put 2 tanks in there. Now, how much is that 2 tanks going to cost? That's a good question. $77. We got a 2-tank package with Klaus. We got a 2-tank with Damien, 2-tank with Nick, single tanks with Sophie, 2 with Goose. Quickie went for the single tank with goodies. Skill went with the single tank with goodies. Happened to pick the TS5 as well. So if you were trying to maximize, and you were probably counting on newer players do tend to like good TDs because they're survivable and they don't really run forward anyway and get dead. That's probably a pretty shrewd marketing decision for the TS5. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Kedge, I think they were given a limited selection of choices because we have a bunch of the same tanks, and none of them are like the... There's no Skodas, right? There's no... what other tanks might you think of that if you were given a list... If you were given... If they told you you could pick any 2 tanks, Skoda would Scorpion, maybe, ELC, Renegade, the Renegade, Cliffy, absolutely. So you would certainly go after those. So I think they were given a fairly limited selection because these are all older, not bad. This is an interesting decision for me, for Damien, as a marketing decision. I don't think... Oh, he's got a 54 prototype, so the prototype was available too. I don't know how many of those Damien's going to sell. How many people really are going to buy a 4202? I think that was a mistake. This one, meh. Again, the T2065 is not that great. And he only did 2 packages. He didn't do a 5% tip. I don't know why you wouldn't. That's an odd decision. Turtle and Lorraine. Don't know, man. You bought Goose's bundle? Nice. Goose's is... What did you get? You got a Suma and a Lanson. Those are both good, man. You know what I'm saying? I think those are good. I am right now shilling for the other CCs. Did you hear that, Klaus? I want my cut. All right, I'm turning the light on. Klaus, Damien, Goose, Quickie. Send me my cut. And I think your question was a bigger thing than that. If I was offered this, would I do it? You bet your ass I would. I mean, if that makes you think less of me, I'm sorry. I can't. I mean, I'd send back that information to them so fast. It'd be like the cartoon where the guy leaves the screen and the papers are falling. As soon as they ask me, like, I'd be on that like a June bug, like a chicken on a June bug. Sweet. I'd be like, yes. Well, I'll go off this list that these guys have. Well, the Senlac was apparently available. Turtle Lorraine, TS5, T26. Prototype was available. Senlac, Lanson, Suma. So it looks like they were offered a large bundle for 10. Okay, so I'd go TS5 and Lanson. And then I'd have the Lorraine as my small bundle, as my medium, as my large bundle. Large bundle, large bundle. What? Are they both called large bundle? Large, medium, small. Large, large. Too large. It looks like depending on how much other worth you put in it with all this other crap. You know what I would also do? I wonder if you could do it just tanks. Small bundle. No, it looks like they had some rules for it as well. And unfortunately, it is a bundle, although he didn't minimize it here. Oh, this bundle's just tanks. So there's no other crap involved. I like what 4Tankers did there. That was a smart idea. Just the 2 tanks. So I would go Lanson, TS5. I think I'd have a Lorraine as the other bundle with some stuff. And I don't know what I'd do here, just standard stuff. These are like, I don't know. What are they? Reserves. I do reserves and some premium time. You bet. Looks like that's what they all did. There you go. That's my sellout plan. You traded the TS5? Yeah, I think that's what happened there, Cliffy, with the small bundles. Here we go. That's premium time. Who else did it? Just he has premium time for Damien. Here you go, Sophie. There, that's pretty good right there. And you get some of the credit bundles. So it looks like they allowed them to have credit ones. That is going to cost you. That's not bad, $20. So I think Sophie made a smart decision right there. I think that's a smart decision. That's probably the best one. I don't think it'd be too bad to throw some premium time on that, because people might be thinking I'd like to run those boosters and have, say, 3 days of premium time or something like that. But I think this appeals to all of us who have stacked up premium time, but maybe are low on personal reserves. Especially people who don't play as much as I do, who don't have them stacked up as much. That's a really smart decision right there. No fluff, just personal reserves. So we threw in a TD style. I would avoid putting in or a 2D style. I would avoid putting in styles if I was asked to do it, because people stack those up like cordwood. Credits, yeah. Skill did 4 or 10. Yeah, 10. Yeah. Now see, this is probably really genius. I think that's a great decision, because even though it's 5% of $5, I bet those are going like crazy. He may have been the wisest of them all. No, see, I don't agree with just styles. I see what he's doing there, and these are some of the best styles. Ad Astra and Moon Viewing are some of the more popular ones. I don't know this one, Chinese Ceramics. I'm not sure what it looks like. But, you know, there are people who just like styles. So he's kind of covered everybody, right? He's got a solid new guy tank with some premium time to run around in and a 2D style to put on it and that kind of crap. He's got for the style dudes, he's got just styles and he's got just credits. I think he probably wins in terms of marketing. There you go. That's my thought. It's kind of all over the place. Doesn't bother me. I mean, the whole sellout thing never made much sense to me. He's a sellout. Then frickin' don't watch him. He's a sellout. Okay, well, dude, I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I being too? Does it make you mad that they're getting some money back from it? I don't understand the sellout thing. If you're running around acting like you're independent and you're being paid, then I get that. If you're trying to be that guy, you know what I mean? Like acting like you're independent, but you're secretly getting paid by the company to shill. I still really don't care about that because it's buyer beware. But that is kind of shady on the one hand, so I'm not bothered, but that doesn't make me like you very much. But if you're just all these guys are independent. Every one of those people has negative things to say about wargaming and has brought up stuff in the past. I don't think any of them, can I say any of these guys are shills? No, I've seen Ford Tankers and a dog stand on his principles and take him to the shed. Klaus is all over their case constantly, whatever you think of the ideas. Damien's, it's not shilling when you're just that funny and positive. Who gives a shit? Nick has been on their case. I don't know if Sophie's ever got on Wargaming's case, but she's a different kind of CC. She does all the, she goes to the museums and she gets access and shows you real tanks, and she does a lot of stuff other than just play the game. So she's not even on the same playing field, really. Goose, just a great dude. I don't see him shilling. I've seen him be negative. Quickie's negative all the time. Not that he's just purely negative, but he will call out wargaming, so I don't know how you'd call him a shill. Certainly not skill, for goodness sake. I mean, he just full up tells you when the tank is complete garbage. And Dez is on their case too, so I don't see any of them as a sellout. Yeah, all those guys. I know Dez, certainly skilled, certainly Quickie. I think Goose is not full time. Goose has a job. He's still part time in it. Sophie, I'm not sure what her current status is, job wise. Not that it matters, but I don't know if she's full time. Nick, I'm not sure. He just graduated college. Gone full time streamer. Well, there it is. It says that's what he's doing. Damien went full time a little while ago. Klaus, I don't know if Klaus got a job again or not, but he was full time for a while. And Ford Tankers has a job, as we all know. Sophie's full time too. Okay. So I think it's cool. Hopefully, I hope they do well with it. I hope I get invited at some point. I don't think I will. I'm too small, but that's okay. Cool. Was that as milquetoast as possible? I hope so. I hope that was as milquetoast as possible. Let's go back to this K91, man. As soon as I can find it. Where's that bad boy? There it is. All right, so we talked about Miravanka, we talked about Himmelsdorf, and we have this new tank. So this is another version of we have two of them now, right? We have the TD and the rear mounted, I think it's a rear mounted turret, K91 version. So this is a version 2 with a forward mounted turret. Old Ironsides. Sorry I missed that, man. Welcome to the show. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. CC cage match. K91. So what do we got? We've got it's a 300 alpha. Is this a tier 9? It is a tier 9. All right, so the penetration is not as surprising. I was thinking 248 for a tier 8 premium is a little outrageous, but it's a tier 9. Looks like it's heat based on the color of the shell. 7-second reload, 0.35 dispersion is okay. -6, so it's going to have the standard Soviet struggle with depression. That's pretty much. 55 kilometers an hour is okay. We've got an 18.9 ratio. That's okay, not amazing. That's quite a lot of hull traverse, 50 degrees. 100 total armor on the hull. We've got 220 on the turret, which is not amazing, although it's sort of the saucer shape. It looks like it's got some interesting angles on it. 390 view range. So there you go. And it does not appear to be any kind of autoloader thing. So there you go. The special heat shell can penetrate 320. Oh, I guess special is the word for gold or whatever, I guess. Cannot boast of its protection. Frontal hull is 110, while the turret's 220. Vehicle's durability is 1600. The firepower... Does this not have... These cards often don't have the DPM on them. And this one doesn't. So I'm not sure what the DPM... Alright, so we've got that guy. Here you go, Gator. Thank you. That's well put. I like how you put that. I would agree with that. That's the whole purpose of this thing, in theory. You don't get depression. That's what the vodka's for. That fixes it. Stranger Danger's sick again. You're not getting any cuddles from me. DPM is 2,608. Thank you, Cliffy. TL7 120 is a TD, actually. I believe. Yeah, tank destroyer. So another turreted tank destroyer. I don't know what makes this a tank destroyer. It looks like a medium or heavy to me, but okay. It's a turreted tank destroyer. Whatever. 360 damage, 252 pen, 315. Somehow its APCR pen is lower than the Tier 9 Soviet medium. A tank destroyer at Tier 9 with only 315 pen. I don't know. I'm not really... Oh, wait a minute. It's a two-shot auto. That's why. It's an auto loader or auto reloader. Let's see. Both classic anti-tank guns and mobile medium tanks. It combines them. Its effective armor is 100 with some sloping. Turret's 200. Okay. Minus 10. Yep, minus 10 gun depression. Decent hit points for a TD at 1500. High max. It's fast at 60 kilometers. 4-shell reloading system. Why does this... Oh, 2 seconds, not 2 pieces. 2 seconds. 4 pieces, 2 seconds between. 4 shells at 360. 33 seconds for everything. So it's an auto loader, not an auto reloader, it appears. Aim time is pretty fast. Dispersion is okay at 0.35. Well, there you go. There you go. 33 seconds for 360 a hit. Isn't that what a G-SOR is? Or is the G-SOR a 320? What is the G-SOR? G-SOR is 320, not 360. All right. So it's more than the G-SOR. And the G-SOR, that would make sense. The G-SOR is a Tier 8, and this is a Tier 9. You don't like the G-SOR, but you did 2-mark it. Nice. It is kind of a Tier 9 American G-SOR. It is generally that kind of idea, isn't it? So that guy has reared its head. So these are both Tier 9s, so that sounds like Battle Pass, potentially, or ranked stuff at some point. Or, well, that's not true. Maybe it's just a Tier 9 premium they're going to give away or sell, or both. Sell and then give away? Give away and then sell? Who knows? So that's kind of all, that's wide open, isn't it? Because the Tier 9 could be a reward for one of the modes, or it could certainly be, at this point, a premium, because we've broken that seal. The genie's gone... That genie's flying around. Goal nowadays is to try to 2-mark all my premiums. That's a great goal. I should try that at some point. But marking, I'm going to call it the marking fetish, not to insult my friends who love to mark tanks. I think it's cool. And if you're good like that, then by all means, make that a challenge. But it does make you play a little differently. Not hugely differently. If you're winning and doing damage, then the marking's coming, and that's all good. But there is that point in the game where you're looking at your mark and things are going badly, and you switch to I just want to farm some damage. I don't like that word farm. I just want to get enough damage to not hurt my mark or maybe even help it. And I'm not worried about whether I win or not. You know what I'm saying? What's interesting about that is you can make that switch in a game when you know things are going badly. That's probably actually a good idea anyway when it's going badly. You need to pull the lines back, concentrate your fire, be careful, maintain your hit points, and if you can whittle down the other team, you might then turn that into a win. You know what I'm saying? I find that assist helps the most, so I'm not just redlining. Yeah. That is, I think, one of the biggest, I'll call it a secret. It's not really a secret, but maybe it kind of is because people don't realize it. Marking is huge, assist is huge in marking tanks. Yeah, absolutely. Like watch, we talked about skill earlier. Watch skill play and where he shoots people and when he decides to track them. And if he can, he's always going for a track and damage. Depending on the angle he's shooting at, he'll pick a place that he can track and damage a tank at the same time. That's huge, man. I just sometimes forget that. All right. So we got those two things. All right, front line starts tomorrow. Starts tomorrow. Who's ready for front line? See if there's anything else here I wanted to talk about. I don't think so. You guys gonna crank out some points on front line? All right. No tier 9s this time. Watch skills video. Found a cool spot for assault and ghost town. Oh, nice. Yeah, no tier 9s. That's what it says. There's a few changes. So, like I said, same tier, all tier 8. The order of combat upgrades for SPGs has been changed. So it's attack, recon, tactical. They did move some things around. They moved the engineering combat reserve from tactical to recon. And they moved smokescreen from recon to tactical. They did rework smokescreen so that it covers everything, but it also provides penalties to the skills of the enemy crew. So it doesn't hurt your team's skills. That's some special smoke right there, man. Smoke that only the enemy team has trouble dealing with. We need that. That is a technology that we need. Anyway, it drops the skills 15 and the view range by 30. I'm assuming it drops friendly view ranges, right? Conceals, but additionally provides penalties to the skills of enemy crew. Okay. This is... Did that really need to happen? Artillery strike now has more shells. Is that something that needed to happen? I guess. They did it. Whether it needed it or not, we got it. Here's all where the new things are, what category they're in if you're interested in that. They did mess around with craft work a bit. We talked about this a few weeks ago. They made a cut through, another cut through in one of the places that was pretty hard to get across. So they did that. The common test article will show you some of the changes. They did move a few things here and there. I think I want to say especially around the caps, they changed it up quite a bit. I think mostly to help the attackers, I think. I don't remember if it was attackers or defenders. Vehicle rental system was changed a little bit. You will get battle pass points, so that's good. Because that week is the last week of battle pass. So you can comfortably play some frontline and still get your battle pass points. So if you're 1 through 5, you're going to, in Victor, you get a 25. If you're 6 through 20. Unfortunately, if you're 21st through 30th, you get nothing. And that's that's 1/3 of the team is going to get Bubkus. 1/3. Hi, Natcat. How are you? Welcome to the show. And I appreciate the follow. Thank you so much. So you will be able to get your battle pass points. You will be sucking. You will be not getting. Let's just leave it that way. Bottom third, you're getting nothing. I don't know. That's a little rough. That's a little rough. Shouldn't it be like 2 or something? You're giving 10 and 2, 5. Well, you're getting 5 here. Give 2. 2 and 1. Give them 2. Give them 1. Give them something. For 15 or 30 minutes of gameplay? Right? 30 minutes of gameplay, and you're having a bad day, or you're just not a great player, and you get 21st, and you get nothing. That's kind of poo, in my opinion. I'm not a big participation trophy guy, but this is a grinding game, and you want people to play and enjoy themselves. Give them a small movement forward, and they will continue. And you're not going to break the frontline bank. Now, the reason they do that, and I know the reason, is the bots. You also don't want to encourage botting, but at 2 or 1 in 30 minutes of a battle, do you really think the bots are going to be the botters are going to be putting a bunch of tanks in front line to get their 2 points? I don't think so. I don't think so. And if it's too many bots, it's probably going to be the 1 point because they're going to lose. Anyway, there you go. Reward of directives. All right, here's the rewards. Did we do? No, we didn't. We didn't do anything with the rewards to make anybody want to play Battle Pass. What? All right, what do these do? Do these give something? Oh, we got bonds. Okay. So the daily missions. Okay. Potential thing to make you want to play. You do it once a day in frontline, and you can get 25 bonds. Play 3 battles and cause at least 5,000 damage. That's an hour and a half you just bought into to get 25 bonds. Oh, boy. F. Terrible F, Blues Traveler. I concur with your grade. What else can we do? We can get 25 bonds once a day, and we have to play 3 battles and do 2. So at least we can probably get both of these done more or less in 3 battles. So that's 50 bonds a day, and then there's play 3 battles and do so 75 bonds in 3 hours if we can get it all done in 3 battles, which I think you probably can. I don't know about the bouncing. Can you bounce 2,000 in 3 battles? You should be able to bounce 2,000? 2,000. Yeah. Get the rank of captain 3 times. Well, that's not necessarily a given. Especially if you're, at the average to slightly below average skill level, that could be tricky. Not a huge incentive, is it? C-. Gabe gives it a C-. So a passing grade, but in danger of not being a passing grade. I would agree with that as well. I give it an F. I'm going to grade it harder. But I could see the C- because it is stuff. You are getting stuff for playing. We'll see what the credits look like this time. I know that people have thought they've been changed around. This is horrible, though. Directives. Directives. Oh, man. Like, what if this was just 10 bonds? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 89. Like, even if it was just 10 bonds. 10 bonds and directives. You would get to 150 bonds. That's not very much. But it looks good. You'd be like, all right, cool. I think their marketing is poo. So many times. So many times. That's terrible. These are not good rewards. You are getting, but, in their opinion, the rewards are the Battle Pass points, and there's rewards with Battle Pass, so there's your reward, fella. Except that I think a lot of people are probably done with Battle Pass. It's the last week. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll have to see how many points we can crank out doing it, though, because, again, remember like we talked about at the beginning, you want to go in and use your points and get the bonds for points or whatever other goodies you want to get. Left Shoe just wants credits. Maybe, Kedge. Maybe. She's doing PR, though. That's not marketing. I mean, it is, but it isn't at the same time. They should work together. Kedge has 13,535 points. I think so, Mr. Stranger Danger. That's kind of my point there. I would agree with that. And it doesn't, again, you don't have to give away the bank. I'm not talking about go back to where it's this huge grind to get a reward tank. It doesn't really have to be necessarily a tank. Gold would be cool. Throw some gold in there. Not much, just a little bit. Like if you went 10 bonds and 20 gold or something, people would love that. People would absolutely love that. All right, so there you go. That's Frontline is here. What else did we have? I think we're getting close. Features. Really the last thing I had, unless you guys have something else you want to talk about, chuck it out there in chat if you do have something else you want to talk about. The last thing I have is kind of a state of the game thing. My last 2 weeks, and actually longer than that, let's take a look at what it looks like now, has been rough in this game. And I've heard that from several of you, although a couple of you had said that you've been having a pretty good time of it. This is what I've been doing lately, and it's not good. In the last 30 days, just 50%. And everything lower than 2678 overall win 8, and just I don't know. It's been a long time since I played that good. I had a burst here back January, February, and March, where I was up above my average, and then it's just been this. You can't quite see it because my nugget's in the way, but it's all in the low 2000s, and then this little dip down here was rough. 47% in 10 battles yesterday. Crazy. And my average damage is lower, so that's obviously an indicator of what's going on. I'm not doing enough damage. But it's not a whole bunch lower. Everything's kind of in the red, to be honest. Didn't have any draws in the last 7 days. That's interesting. So the point of that then is just the state of the game is very strange right now. So that's part of it, Sutek. I think so. That's a significant portion of it. But then I say in the past I've not played meta tanks and done just fine. So we've come to a point in the game where it's becoming more and more important to play meta tanks, have purple and bounty equipment, run all the extra goodies. You're really gimping yourself if you're not doing that. And I would say as of even 2 years ago, maybe a year ago, you could probably get away with not doing that. But by now, if you're not doing all that stuff, you are gimping yourself, and you're probably hurting your win rate just a little bit. Talon thinks they've changed Matchmaker. Jimmy says promoting TDs is promoting camping. I agree. That's part of it. The hold down meta and the passive meta. And I will also say the other thing I've noticed, because I've dug around on people's service records and stuff on occasion in the recent past, especially when I have a complete blowout that I'm on the bad end of, I'll look at the players. There's a bunch of new players. A bunch. And man, you get a couple new / bad players, and sometimes when you're new, you're just bad because you're new. It's not a statement on someone's ultimate capability, but sometimes you get a couple key bad players in tanks, and you can tell immediately when they go to the wrong place or camp or whatever. You're just like, we're in trouble. I know this is going to be difficult. We're already in a hole, and digging out of it is not going to be easy. So I'm seeing a lot of that. I'm seeing a lot of passivity. The hold down meta is tough. Playing any tank that is not near the top is gimping yourself a little bit. It's just overall, man, it's a little bit crazy. And I think for me, potentially, I hate to admit it, maybe some reaction time and eyesight and stuff kind of trending downward a little bit, maybe. I've never really noticed that in this game, but I think maybe there's some of that going on too. All the new players see the tier 8 premiums on sale. They say I need credits, and then only play tier 8 matches because they always make. Yeah, I tend to play. I tend to play tier 8 a lot more, actually. For that reason, I like to make credits. Why do I need credits? I don't, but I'm, 45 million is not enough, all right? I need But that's part of how wargaming gets you too, right? Because you're expecting maybe a black market or a trade caravan or something, and there might be something really cool for credits, and you want to have enough to do it, and then they have a sale, and you're going to buy 600,082 large kits because, by God, you need to have 42 million of those so you can save money. You know what I mean? Oh, man. Well, I've bought every tank, Kedge. So I literally have no tanks to buy off of the tech tree right now. So I play low tiers because I'm still low skill. Use XGM skill stacking has been exacerbated yeah. Yeah, man. 1,000 new player, a lot of them. Yeah. So new players, matchmaker, skill blind. That's true. Never have enough credits. Always researching. The Birdalux. What's happening? I just made it tier 9. I can say for sure you go broke with at least a premium. Yes, 100%. And it helps to have premium time. Yeah, it's not easy. Like, I don't even know. Can you even make money totally free to play without a premium? At tier 5, I guess. Tier 6, maybe. Oh, we had a raid? Fantastic. How did I miss the raid? Where's the raid? Who raided? It's not on my, it's not on my... Oh. Okay. Take my credits. Wouldn't that be cool if you could share credits? That'd be awesome. Certain skill level? Yeah, you're probably right. I think you can make credits at any tier. If you're really good at tier 9 and 10, you can make credits. It ain't easy. It ain't easy, but I'd say tier 5 and 6 without having premium time is probably the easiest place to make credits. You're not going to do it quickly because you just don't make as many credits down there. Tier 8 works, but in this game you can actually come up with a premium tank pretty easily with all the different ways you can get it, bonds, the various marathons, things like that. So you can pay not a dime and come up with some premium tanks. All right, Bytor. Hey, man, I appreciate you coming by. Thank you so much, and thanks for participating, man. And we hope to have you back. I'll be streaming on Friday. This coming Friday is my next stream. So unfortunately, I don't have as much time to stream as a lot of people, but we get there when we can. A gold round that pays out more than a standard and bounces. Correct. That is a fact. Yep. All right, guys. Well, that's pretty much it for today, man. Talked about a lot of stuff. Like I said, I'll be streaming on Friday. We'll have Pilgrim will be back next week. That will be cool. Looking forward to that. Or maybe not. No, just kidding, Pilgrim, if you're watching, my friend. We'll be back next week on Sunday. So we do this every Sunday at 0700, everybody. I appreciate everybody coming by. Let's go raid somebody. I always forget that on Sunday. So let's see who's playing. We'll get a raid going on. Remember, last day for Chapter 4 is today. All right? It technically goes to 6 or whatever in the morning, but don't chance it. And then we're going back to one more week of Battle Pass. Next week is Frontline as well. You will get points for Battle Pass and Frontline. Remember that your coins or tokens will hold over for Battle Pass, but your points will not. So spend your points by next Friday or whatever it is, Sunday or whatever it is there. So let's go raid somebody. Who we got here? Who is streaming now? I haven't seen Stewie in a long time. Let's go raid Stewie over there. He's over down under, is he not? I think he is. Go raid Stewie. As I find out where I'm supposed to be. There he is. Cool. All right, guys. Much appreciated. Like I said, Friday, then Sunday, Pilgrim will be back. Thank you so much for the follows, subs, and all that good stuff. You guys rock. We will see you soonly, I hope. Go see what Stewie's up to. See you later.